we good? Are we live? Let's see. So we're gonna stream with the uh-oh. Let's move some stuff around. I think I have some extra space up here. No, I don't. Let's move this down. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Like right here. Alright, that's fine. That's not crazy. There's nothing crazy about that. Right? Alright, cool. My bad, y'all. Alright, so today is the challenge event number 4. We're going to be racing at Long Beach, the street circuit. It's going to be a first time in the league that we do a standing start. So usually we do a rolling start.
Thank you.
Not really sure. Let me do a mic check first. And let me check audios there. Can I get a mic check?
I can hear you.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure that our audio levels are good.
We got a mic check as well. I can hear you.
Thank you. Can I get a mic check? Loud and clear. Thanks.
Mic check.
Here's mic check.
Alright. I need to get out there
You're
and
good?
practice. Where's my whiskey? Whiskey check. Where are my gloves? My actual gloves. Where's my helmet? I think my helmet has my gloves. Hold on real quick. Let me go grab those because I like those gloves more than the Red Bull gloves. It's not my cup of tea. Oh, let's see. Anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? How nice of you to join Botrix, my one and only friend. No, I'm just playing. Alright. Let's see. How's this gonna play? Let's see how.
Thanks, bud.
I think it's just gonna play on its own. Once that music starts playing, we'll turn it down to get instructions. Let me see if I can find my gloves, because I used them for karting the other day. So, here we go. We're good to go. Alright. Because these Red Bull gloves are not my favorite. Let's see. Alright, let's get on track and give it a go. Shouts out to Dave Jones. He's in the race. Follower of the channel. And friend from the PCA. Let's go.
Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour.
I wonder if this thing automatically sets you up with the setup, because I have not taken the time
Sorry,
to get into
Dave.
the setup.
It's alright.
I don't know how much time we have for practice, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. One thing I didn't learn
Your exit's clear. Watch the white
is
line.
how to master I need a mirror too. Sorry. One thing I didn't master was the last turn before that long straight, and that's gonna really mess me up because it's a really important turn to nail because it's got such a long straight after it. It's okay. Let me fix my view real quick. I don't know why it's different.
There's an incident in turn 8. Looks like it's Santori. Yellow flag. Caution.
Sorry, Robert. Looked up and you were right in front of me. Sorry. Not a problem.
Alright, so I don't think I really did too much sim racing this week. I did some on iRacing.
Was that, Robert?
I'm sorry.
Set
I went
to
to,
send for at drivers or all teams?
I went to an event that had a Assetto Corsa. So I went to like a sim racing cafe, and there they had a Assetto Corsa. It's completely different
There's an incident.
driving model.
Turn 1.
So
It looks like Santori.
it's be coming into this
Incident.
race a
Turn
little
5.
rusty.
You think it might
It's
be
okay, though.
Jones.
Let's just try to make these practice laps count.
Yellow flag.
Setting both to accomplish the same thing.
Try to get up to pace. The good thing is with the PCA League, they do give us 3 opportunities to get a good quali in, so that's good. Got that going for us. Let's see. I guess the objective here is just to stay alive. Just keep it calm, cool, and collected. I didn't even check the camera angle or nothing. Hopefully it's good. I'll get on OBS and check it, but sorry, I was moving a lot of stuff around. Okay, so if I take that turn wider, slower, I can slow in, fast out. Ideally, right?
P23. There's an incident in turn 1. You think it might be Santori. Yellow flag.
Careful.
There's an incident in turn 6. It looks like done. Incident in turn 11. It looks like it's Sassport.
So by no means am I
2
good,
minutes to go. 2 minutes.
but I am willing to embarrass myself by showing you guys my inputs on the telemetry, but only so you guys can give me some constructive criticism. What up, Rick? I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for tuning in, smashing that like button. Oh shit, I need to get rid of this thing. I don't know why I have this little screen up. I'll fix that.
P17,
OBS.
you're now 2.3 seconds off the leader's pace. That last lap was at 122.11.
There we go. Try to pick up the pace. Appreciate you, Rick. Let's see. Jesse, what's going on, brother? How you doing today? Was it Thursday? Thirsty Thursday. Even though I know you haven't drank in months. It's okay. Saratoga water counts. Whiskey 30.
That's your fastest lap today. That puts you 1.7 seconds off the pace. That lap time was 121.44. Checkered flags out, P17.
Alright, let me fix this stream a bit. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get back to this.
That's the end of the session.
Figure out what's going
17th
on
place.
here. What is this? What is this? Let's turn this off, right? Yeah. I don't know why that's there. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see. What kind of angle do we got? Gotta move the roof. I got my camera mounted to the roof of this thing, so I have to move the whole roof, but it seems to be okay, I think. Fair enough. Alright, so we're jumping straight into quali. Hell yeah. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good week.
Alright, Patrick, we've got 3 laps to get the job done.
Oh, and I got some good news earlier today. I got an email saying that a spot opened up at Coda next week, so I'm going to be taking my car out to Coda for a track day. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool, especially because they're going private. So any chance I get to get on Coda, I'm going to take it. You know. It's just that because they're going private, like all their events are selling out like very quickly. In my peanut brain, I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna get a better car before I go out there, but yeah, definitely gonna have some Coda content for sure. I wish I could stream it. I haven't quite figured that out. It's just bad internet there. I was like looking into Starlink, but man, it gets expensive. Cause then they sell like this, I think it's like a splitter type of thing where you can stream multiple cameras, and it's like, I think it's like $8.99 just for that unit. So in my head, I'm like, man, I'll just take a laptop, and I don't know how I would do it. I'm just, the streaming over there is gonna be difficult, cause then I have to get a Starlink.
Llegamos a tiempo. Difícil, hermano.
Got the ads.
A ver cuándo me lo prestas. Difícil, hermano. Lo que te propongas, lógralo. El Lexus
Spanish ads.
The University of St. Augustine is the best place for students.
We understand that our students are busy nurses who have careers and have families.
So we're able to offer top-notch online education.
Sorry guys, we
and
gotta
help
pay
these
the bills.
individuals achieve their goals and their dreams.
University of St. Augustine.
I'm being serious. It's not funny.
I agree with you. This is not funny at all.
Before we got married, we said the worst thing we've ever done.
Actually, I pay for no ads. I don't know what the hell like, ads are coming
know
from.
each other. Just smile naturally, how you would smile in life.
They will find happiness.
I don't know what the hell that
There's some drama.
is. It's kind of distracting, to be honest. Alright.
The leader's just done a 120.70.
Alright, let's see if I can turn this off real quick, because it's distracting.
Position. You're currently 2.8 off the pace. That lap was a 122.85.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have time to turn that off. I'm trying to get a good quality lap in. Y'all tell me if that audio is too loud too. Like if you guys can't hear me through the audio, I need to address that. Alright, I'm getting bumped down to P14, so I think for my own sake I need to turn the audio down just so I can hear the tires. I can't hear the tires at all. I can't hear if I'm losing it or not. that lap 3 or this is the third lap?
15th place. Your last lap time was
I think I got
122.23.
one more. There we go. It's always time. Oh shit, sorry. Idiot. Oh fuck, I went too deep. Still made it though. Still in the green, still in the green. Yeah, but I can't really hear my tires. I need to turn down that audio.
The sandy Pacific shores, whilst the sun sets, sounds relaxing in for most. But our drivers will be as tense as they come, crammed between the concrete walls at Long Beach. It's time to get ready for the PCA Sim Racing Series 15 Challenge class. See it all live here on RaceSpot TV.
Let's see where I end up.
And booth tonight is Jeremy Scott. Behind the scenes, our director, Neros Cisneros. Jeremy, the challenge drivers really do have a challenge today.
14.
A pretty intense track for them.
It really does. And Long Beach, when you think about this track, you think about the history, you think about basically where everybody wants to be at Long Beach, and that is coming off of Pit Road, and right behind the pits there's that victory lane where the Long Beach Hall of Fame, where some of the biggest stars are enshrined at this facility. Everyone wants this on their resume. It's going to be fun to see how tonight rolls out.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, this is halfway, at least at the end of this race. So then after Long Beach, we'll head off to Olton
How much
Park,
more time
another
we have in
track
quali?
that is known for being extremely tricky. Suzuka, its own challenge in its own right, as it's often considered a driver's circuit.
Do I hear an echo?
Much bigger than these
Do I
two
need
that
to
we're
do
running.
something with this? Hold on.
Then we
One
shrink
sec,
back down a
guys.
little bit with Road Atlanta, and then Daytona Classic will round us out for the end of Series 15. Brad Dunn did not manage to win last time, but he is still our overall leader in
Sorry,
the points,
I had an
thanks
echo
to the
'cause the other
drop
one was
weeks.
on.
Vernon Messer sitting behind him. Now, Ken Eskridge was our victor last time. Once we get to the qualifying, he did not have a good day today. I don't think he's going to repeat that with back-to-back wins if he has to, unless he's able to really come from the rear of the field here. From there, you got a bit of a drop-off down to Kaplan and Snyman, who is tied with Markuson there in that 5th position. Only 10 points separate them and Legault as well before you get another jump. The final 3 in the top 10. So with that out of the way, we've got our qualifying still wrapping up. Only a couple cars able to take their third and final lap
bro,
per
I'm
day.
at
It is Justin
P16.
Carney,
Hey, me and
who is
Dave,
the
we're right next to
quickest
each
by
other.
about 0.03 of a second.
Dave Jones. You guys look out for Dave Jones.
As the sun starts
He's a friend
to set on
of
the
the
West
channel,
Coast.
subscriber. He's on the Discord as well. Good guy.
And of course, being that close here at Long Beach is going to be quite interesting to see how these two.
Spend 5 seconds learning why a personal loan could be a good financial option, and you'll help Funny finish eating his flour. Ready? Up to $75,000. Lower rates, one smart payment. Nice work. You've gained wisdom, and now Bunny can
I don't
finish
have any
his flour.
control over it because I sent the link. Bro, what?
Dr. Squatch Spray deodorant is the best there is. End of. And not to mention, it's natural and smells absolutely incredible.
Come on,
Feel like a man, smell like a champion with Dr. Squatch.
Now, incident limits here, probably not as big of a concern as just the damage that you get off those walls. That was Leon Snyman that we saw on
So
screen
who is
briefly.
P1?
He jumped up to 3rd with his
Let's
final
see the
lap, and I think
results.
that's the only driver
Justin
able to set one.
and
as,
Brad Dunn.
Chris Strankovic
Wowzers,
is
so I'm like
already
2
done, has taken
seconds
his
off.
3 laps. I mentioned earlier about Ken Eskridge. Well, unfortunately for him, it got worse. He was sitting 24th when I started to mention, and Ken is now dead last, 26th out of 26 cars. Going maybe for the last to first challenge, but that's not really, this is not a track where I'd want to try that at.
There are very few drivers who can try this. Very few I would want to try it. And yeah, no, this is not a track I want to try. The last first challenge. Now, granted, could this mean an alternate pit strategy? We'll have to find out. But Eskridge, I think, is capable of doing the last of first. But again, here, not so much.
Yeah, and last night we did see a few drivers. Man, Chris is having a hard time around some of these corners in his practice laps, extra practice laps. But last night we saw a few drivers take that early stop to try and gamble.
Hello, drivers. Welcome to the warm-up drivers meeting for the 4th Series 15 race at Long Beach. We have some quick reminders and bulletins here for you. Pay close attention, as the starting procedure will be radically different from what you're used to.
Some drivers,
this will be a standing start. iRacing's built-in race control will penalize a false start, so don't bolt until the green flag signal starts the race. Live race control will not clear. Once the green flag start is signaled, cars may race each other immediately. The normal lane-keeping requirements through the starting line are not enforced, as racing commences immediately, so passes can be initiated right from the go. As always, enhanced penalties apply in the orange zone, which starts when you grid and ends for you when you begin your second lap. Penalties given for violations that happen here are enhanced to a 15-second stop and hold. So take care driving through your first lap. From there on out, all penalties will be drive-through. Let race control know if you must start from the pit. You may proceed out of your pit box when instructed by iRacing. Pit road exit traffic has the right-of-way to the outside of turn 1 and is entitled to the outside lane to rejoin the race. On-track racers should allow racing room on the outside of turn 1 exit when pit traffic exits. For overtake, respect the vortex of danger and be prepared to back off and follow if you cannot reach the rear axle of the overtaking car with your front axle before turning. Remember, the hole you see ahead is closing rapidly. You may be in a blind spot. There will likely be contact. There could be an incident, and it will be your fault. Also, drive easy through the local cautions and avoid passing until you safely clear the hazard. Regarding comms, please use either at drivers or at all teams in iRacing for blue flag reviews, as these are the only channels live race control can hear you on. Repeat your request if you do not get a response from us. Do not request iRacing black flag cleared, and do not request reconsideration or explanations for live race control penalties. Use the radios only for essential driver-to-driver racing-related exchanges and refrain from calling out other drivers. At the end of all of this, wait until traffic clear is announced by live race control before using voice commands, because iRacing will report that the race is over when it's not over. But we'll let you know. But just listen for the announcement that the race is finished and the track is clear. Good luck out there. We'll see you after the race. Thanks, guys, for 12.
Too wide.
Driver chat.
Even make these laps. 26 cars to go through, so grid is...
Say on the first lap, if you get a penalty on the orange zone, is it a stop and go? That's correct. That'll be a 15-second hold in the orange zone. Okay, thank you. I hope to not have to know that, but I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, good luck.
The leader has just done 123.09.
Jonathan is a sport this week in roll, John. As David Santry starts in 9th. He's right down to 10. Vernon Messer, he'll start in 11th. And Adam Holland will start in 12th. Chris Drankovic, we watched him get a couple extra practice laps and he'll start in 13th. As Joe Birkenstock in 14th. And there's Bruce Robinson in 15th. Patrick Guerra in 16th position.
The leader has just done a 122.54.
They always butcher my name.
Go. Aubrey Heyer rounds out your top 20. Next row, George Chandlis start 21st. Paul Best 22nd. Jack Stevenson, Q24 for him with only 2 cars left on the roster. Bruce Froby in 25th. Kenneth Eskridge dead last on the field after taking...
Yo, I need to check my
last
setup.
That was after 3 legitimate qualifying attempts from what I can tell. Must have made either a mistake or just not
your quickest overall.
Some of these street courses can certainly be specialist tracks, Jeremy.
They really can. And it's going to be quite fun to watch how this 60-minute race develop, because you'll have some drivers who may not be too certain early on, but the more that they run this track, the better that they're going to get. There's some drivers who
get comfortable,
probably taking a ton of practice laps over the past couple of days, knowing what they need to do.
I just don't have the speed like some of these guys.
System. So drivers aren't too familiar with it. And
Yellow flag.
Up and down the field, you know, there's not many drivers who have an opportunity to race here, because obviously with it being a street course, you got to be a professional to race here, and it's going to be quite fun to watch the development of the 60-minute race.
Let's see.
Yeah, attrition obviously is expected to play a pretty big factor, so keep your nose clean. That could certainly help you. But we've already mentioned it. The pit strategy will also play a factor today, and you need to make sure and time that right. Even with only 26 cars compared to what we saw in the other classes, it's probably going to get pretty stacked up. There's going to be a lot of congestion with lap traffic.
Another
even passing
whiskey,
that,
please.
That lap traffic can also affect how your race will go, either in lost
I think
time.
I was set up for Sebring.
Hopefully not, but potentially
30 seconds.
Lost bodywork. Everybody just about already lined up and good to go, as you can see.
Okay, Patrick, here we go.
And, they will not stretch anywhere close to that hairpin here, lining up with the standing start.
This will be a standing start.
Drivers need to watch and make sure that they don't jump it. We've already had penalties. Drivers going too early.
You can't even go ahead of them though. So like, it doesn't really matter how good your start is. All right, I think now that we're through the checkered flag, I think we can race.
All right. Be on the right.
Everybody's out there ready to go.
Right.
The engines
Be on
now
the right.
start to rev here for round 4 in Series 15 PCA.
Be on the right.
And wait
There's an
for the
incident
call,
in
and there it is.
turn one.
Green
You
flag
think it might
is
be
out.
Mesa.
All right. You are be on the right.
Looks like the 912 Carmichael.
Here we go. God damn it.
The line. Carney,
Come on, bro.
Brad Dunn looking around the outside, coming down towards turn 1. Can he go the long way around? Is he brave enough to outbrake him? They're going to hold side by side, and he just has to back out at the end of it behind them. It looks like everybody's being extra careful into that first corner. Same thing here into the fountain, except for it looks like the 511 of Sauntry. That's going to cause a huge stack up, and now everybody is having to work their way around.
And of course, that's one of the dangers. There's a couple other cars involved in the incident, as that's a 526. There's Sauntry in the 511. He's falling back through the field as well. John Kaplan, that other driver, trying to make his way around, and it's very tight confines here. One of the tightest in all of iRacing as we go back to the lead.
Yeah, that shit sucks,
that's
man.
A great
Those guys
with
hold
the
you up.
That's
So
the
bad.
standing start. Everybody's starting so close, Joe. You're going to now have two very distinct groups throughout the race.
Look at that 113. We are actually looking at that right now.
Makes his way into the parking lot section for the first time at speed. Let's see what happens through the hairpin.
Yeah, that definitely separated them. Kind of similar to what we saw, and I think it was the...
Well done, Patrick. This is terrific. Exactly what we came here for.
P9. Distance between the front group and the back group. Right now it's about 4 seconds.
Just put on the floor, baby. Please. Thank you. Just right here next to me.
It starts.
Sorry,
this
I
is
just
a
can't
common
grab it right now.
occurrence in that fountain section, even with professionals.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, Carney was able to avoid it. Brad Dunn, though, is still right behind him. And he looks in a hurry to try and get by. He's right on the
Like how I bought a cup holder and don't use it?
Fountain section.
Oh, like how you bought me a cup holder and I don't use it?
Quite early over Justin Carney as head back onto Shoreline Boulevard to
no, I need to readjust it. It's under my keyboard.
Into the uphill downhill section. Carney, though, doing his best to keep him behind. Leon Snyman too far away. He's the interested spectator. Here's the replay as Sauntry looks like he's involved not once but twice. Just could not get out of his own way. Of course, involved in that contact, and some cars were able to get by. Does a Tommy Dreese, goes through the garden and then brings another one with him.
The leader's just done it, 120.93.
So not a good sequence of corners for the 511.
That may have been...
Jeez.
No, I don't think that was...
Thanks, Rick. Even though I got held up at the fountain.
Just done it, 120.
It's alright.
9-1.
Oh, it was Kaplan.
I have to try to make up some time, I guess. A lot of those other guys got through it. They got a nice little leeway.
He started from 7th position. He is now 23rd. And that is how those opening laps can affect you in a bad way here.
Froby is He's one lap down. Looks like he's in the pits with some sort of damage. I'm not sure what happened with that 130
will open after 12 minutes.
But either way, the game is afoot for the lead early on, as Carney has opened the gap just a little bit off of turn number 5. Snyman still sitting back there, your interested spectator, in third place. I think Dunn's probably content right now with sitting back there in second, letting the race come to him. And here at Long Beach, it's smart because you have several sections like now. It's a wide berth.
Like as if the faster guys already didn't have enough going for them by being fast.
This is what I love about Long Beach. You have multiple passing opportunities, which you don't normally see on a street circuit. That's Carmichael finding out was the driver who was involved in that early incident, and that's just a little tap. And sometimes that'll happen.
It's definitely quite lucky in that situation. I would have expected his car to be the one to get turned. He's actually still running a swap right now. I haven't seen anything from race control. I have no doubt they're looking at those opening incidents to see what they have to say about it a little later on. Carney doing a good job soaking up this pressure. They've run away from Snyman by about a second and a half currently, so clearly the speed is with the 292 and 241 in these early laps.
And really, no surprise here. We've seen, Brad Dunn beat the class in the field so far. Here's what happened to Joe Birkenstock as just goes a little wide through the hairpin. Does he tag the tires? No, he had some problems getting off of that hairpin, and decides to just take it
have a better run.
So something wrong there with that Lego. There's a little bit of nose damage. You don't want to hit that nose because if you touch it just a little bit, that radiator could be a problem.
Exactly. So I wonder if he already was having some sort of damage issues.
Okay, so somebody got tried for that.
Crane 120.14.
I think he had that problem. Aubrey Heyer is dropping down the order, and I think Ken Eskridge is there too. Oh, excuse me, there's a different car. It's didn't quite make it out, so we'll check on that in a little bit. Les Carmichael being given a black flag. This is what happens in all three. You've seen it's two separate incidents. It's the 130. That's Bruce Froby, who's already been having a hard time, and our Aubrey made the cardinal sin, did not check before they tried to return to racing.
Almost looks like synchronized spinning there, and of course, that's always a hot spot when it comes to.
Bro, he tried to hold everybody up and
then a little bit earlier, and then you hit that bump, and then you go, it's game over. But yeah, you've got to say this: Brad Dunn and Justin Hardy both did quite well last time out at Sebring. Yeah. So, of course, this is Carney's second race of the season so far.
I got it. Thank you.
He's looking pretty good. I think.
I thought I looked on the wrong side.
Holding tight with Brad Dunn. Looks like Les Carmichael suffering from a black flag here.
Yeah, fastest lap for Crane 119.79
for failing.
I wonder if I should change tires.
So he was given the blame for that opening wreck down in the fountain section.
Thank you.
And then Santry.
I would have grabbed it. I just looked at the wrong side. Thank you.
There, I think maybe he was trying to get back going from that fountain.
V8, sector 1 is 0.29 off the pace, sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace, sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
Brad Dunn, not as close as we've seen down into this first corner as he was in the first couple of laps. Still keeping Carney at least somewhat honest there.
Yeah, of course, you saw how aggressive he was through the fountain section. Aubrey Heyer getting the black flag for, as you mentioned, that cardinal sin that happened there off of turn number 5. But, it's going to be interesting to see what Dunn can do, because Dunn really hasn't had too much of a challenger. Patrick Aguirre sitting there in 8th place, holding on to Jonathan Esportas, who is in 9th place, trying to close in. So a couple of great battles here, but interesting to note with as far back as Dunn has fallen back to Carney, Snyman has fallen back even further from 2nd place as well. So I think these are letting the race come to that. They still have one pit stop, which I think probably will come later on in this race, probably 20 minutes ago. But either way, so far outside the incidents, it's been a decent race here for some of these drivers.
There's an incident in turn 1. Looks like it's Carmichael.
Patrick. You see in front of Jonathan right now.
Okay, Patrick, don't be intimidated by this little shit. Make him work for it. Your lap time was 121.75. Sector 1 is 0.27 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Out of the hairpin. Again, that's the battle for the lead that you see on the top of your screen. Carney done. But Sports just as hungry to try to make this overtake, even if it's not for the overall.
Sorry if I stopped you, Jack.
Still waiting for Sentry to serve that black
No
flag.
problem, that happened.
Hey, do you guys think I should take some tires? And if so, should I take
And
them
he just came in now. I just saw, so good to see him.
in the front?
Getting that.
Or should I just ride it out, get no new
Follow
tires?
Carney versus Dunn.
If
Now
y'all were
about
me,
2 seconds.
my situation.
Let's see what Jack Stevenson does here in the hairpin, which
New fastest lap
I don't know if you
for
saw
Dunn,
last time I filled in, but I commented
119.57.
it's easily one of my favorite cars because it combines my two things, Chicago references and Bona Beef. And takes it for a spin around the hairpin with a little bit of help, but yeah, Bona is indeed Chicago's original Italian beef and one of my favorites.
I've had it before, and it is delicious, but unfortunately, that's not how I think we describe that incident right there. A little less tasty.
You say you wouldn't?
Works his way through.
All right, I'm gonna stay off the changes
I
of the
think next
tires.
time you're in town, we've got to get some Bona.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rick.
I'd absolutely be up for that. my wife introduced me. For those that don't know, she is a Chicagoan, so she's the one that's turned me on to a lot of different Chicago cuisine. In the meantime, we have a pass potentially getting close. Dunn takes a peek down into turn 6. Nothing doing this time, and Carney is going to hold on that P1 at least for the time being. So Brad's done with just trailing behind this orange 292. He's ready to try to get aggressive.
And it looked like Carney had a little bit of a stumble coming off of turn number 5, so that was Dunn's opportunity to kind of close in there and go side by side, but Justin able to get back on that gas a little bit more. You see at the top of your screen, you got the battle for the lead, then that battle for 8th place between Aguirre and Zesportis. They're still about the same area, but now we see coming off the hairpin, Dunn going to try to look to the inside, not able to get on the gas any easier. And that's such a tough spot, Joe, to try and make the pass coming out there unless you're side by side with somebody through the hairpin, because
that lap time was 22.20.
Let's see what happens with Dunn going into turn number 1. Such a hard
I had to get a whiskey break, bro.
Dunn's going to think better of it.
The only time I can get a whiskey break is on that long straightaway.
Fountain section.
Takes to gain on it. We saw him get right up to the bumper that one time even, but he's managed to take advantage of it this time.
Let's see how wide you can make this thing. He's faster than you into turn 2.
A lot closer. I don't know if this is a long enough straightaway here going the reverse on Shoreline Drive. But yeah, he's got to sit and wait patiently.
Incident in turn 9. It looks like
fight, though,
Stevenson.
the more it allow Leon to catch back up. It's down to 1.3 seconds already. So Brad doesn't want to dilly-dally with
Incident
this.
in turn 11. You think it might be Joe?
More decisive move.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, and this is one of the places you really want to make that decisive move. Not going to make it happen here, but he does cut that apex just a little short. That's going to give him the speed that he needs to go through that sweeping corner just before the hairpin. And you really got to set yourself up good. But, there's a spinner right there. That looks like it is indeed the 640 who has spun once again. So, Joe Burke.
You're right.
So he's down
Joe,
one lap.
he's entering the pits. He's in P23. He'll come out just in front of you.
So it is the
That was 121.84.
pieces, need I say. Thankfully, the drivers able to tiptoe their way
That's
through
good
without having to step
consistency.
on
Keep it
Legos.
up.
Down around there.
My friend.
Thank you. Done. Car number 241 is now in the lead.
With that right foot.
There's an incident in turn 8. You think it might be Andrew?
Absolute pain, probably more than stepping on those two. Get it turned around. This hairpin, it's blind, it's narrow.
There's a lot of race left, boys.
To wait for a big opening before he can finally whip it around.
Because he's too far away.
What's happening here with the lead? sorry, that was Dunn. Nearly past Carney, and Carney back up the inside, down through turn 8. I don't know how that kicked off, but Justin doing a good job again, defending off the 241.
And that's Dunn's Achilles heel right there, is how good Carney is on defending, and that's another point where, you know, you can try and make that pass opportunity. But here's the thing, you know, Dunn, he's throwing his bag of tricks a little too early, I think, as that has closed in Snyman. He's now less than a second off. Here's the replay, and the lap car could have been the issue. Yeah, indeed. That lap down car was the issue.
The lap time was at 121.63.
He's able to get it back just into the entry of the corner.
Yeah, that.
I need to stop riding that curve.
Maybe gave a hesitation to Carney. And he's not out of the woods, because actually I think he's got Adam Holland, he's got Aubrey Iyer right in front of him. It is about to kick off, I think. And I mentioned it earlier, dealing with this lap traffic could be a make or break in your race. You both have to be safe but decisive at the same time.
Ooh, that was close.
And that is the key of dancing around these street courses to see Aubrey Iyer in the racing line. We'll see if they get out of the way here shortly.
There's an incident in turn 11.
Also,
looks like it's
use those flashers and try and get around. But Iyer, this is not going to be good for Carney, as he will lose ground, because here comes Brad Dunn. Let's see if he tries to make some sort of move here in the apex of the hairpin, as Iyer does get out of the way, but does make contact with Dunn. Holy cow, it's all coming together.
Things are just a little bit sketchy out there right now. Drivers have got a cool head. Dunn's still not completely past Iyer, who's still off to the side.
Ignore that fucker in the mirror. Stick to your line. Nail those exits. Quicker than us entering turn 2. You've just done a 121.78.
About a second between P1 and P2.
I didn't need to have a better pit stop, so this guy can take my position just off a better pit stop. And that is
for the left
not as strong as mine.
One more lap down car to go to, but look at the gap already. 7 tenths of a second going into turn 1. It's now down to a half a second through turn 6 and into turn 7.
Before this starts to kick off again, let's give a quick mention to Princess Cruises.
Pay some bills, Princess Cruises.
Sponsor. 17 ships sailing to 345 destinations on 7 continents. World-class cuisine inspired by the places they visit and the friendliest we can see. Princess is ready to welcome you.
El Lexus RX entiende hacia dónde vas, para que así nunca te quedes atrás. El Lexus RX.
Nearly
on the screen. PCA Princess Partnerships.com.
What's going on?
Incident.
He's gonna rejoin?
Bruce.
We're gonna rejoin together, aren't we?
22.06.
No, we're not.
Going through our ad read, I can tell you that they
He's sitting tight. He's waiting for me to make a mistake.
nice and smoothly. So
Jonathan behind me.
pulling over there, and now they finally have some clear air in front of them. Probably
What's crazy is these guys were always so much faster than me, so I feel like I'm getting like a little better. I'm not saying I'm good. I'm just saying like within these group of guys, I recognize the names.
Fantastic. This is the only track outside of St. Petersburg, which is coming down the pipeline, that actually, PCA can say, you know what, we have a little tie-in with Princess because the Queen Mary docked off just off the front straightaway here. So that's kind of a little neat out there. Is Carney still holding on to that lead, half a second separates two drivers. Other battle we've been watching, that battle, that's down to a half second as well. James LeGault, Dave Jones running for 12th and 13th right there. 13th and 14th, those two drivers. Those are about the only 3 battles we see on the track that are nice and tight. But
I nearly rear-ended every lap.
Had we not had that issue with Aubrey Iyer, I think that this battle for the lead will be a lot tighter than what it is right now.
I don't know what he said.
There's an incident in turn 2. Looks like it's Iyer. Okay, Patrick. The next car is 1 lap behind.
We are into where we probably have pit stops open, and it's Adam Holland, I
I need to remove that.
Yeah, if you need a blue flag review, just call out your car number and say blue flag review, and we'll come take a look.
Laps down. Doesn't matter too much anyways. Again, if you keep it on the black stuff, if you keep it out of trouble,
Andrew McHugh.
you're up for
Let's get that slipstream off the Andrew.
Last time's winner is up 9, but his pace doesn't seem to be there. He's in 17th, but we're close enough to try and challenge anybody.
Thanks, Jesse.
Really,
Just keep it
17th
together.
to where he started is absolutely fantastic. Up 9 positions. Looking up and down the grid, that is the highest climber so far. Next highest climber is Patrick Wire in the 981. He's still battling to support us for that position, but there's Eskridge coming around the circuit right now. Always love seeing his liveries that he has, and in spite of being 17th, it's still, you know what, here's the thing, it's a good race for him because so far that 992 looks nice and clean, so that's all you can ask for, even a third of the guys into this race.
Yeah, especially considering the first 3 races that we've already witnessed, there were probably more cars with damage than without by the finish.
I agree, Jesse.
Come on, stay focused.
Up and down the field. So the challenge class might be the slowest of the 4 that we watched, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the skills to try and keep it clean here. And so far, so good, at least for a decent amount of it. This is Bruce Robinson. Currently sitting in 12th. Robert Blades just in front of him. And I just realized that Robert's since abandoned his
clear left.
And he held me up so bad.
Instead, kind of a sweepy thing he's got on that machine right now.
Jonathan just slid right by.
Down into the first corner. I don't think he needed to necessarily pull that far to the inside.
On my left.
Well, far away. And yeah, there we get a nice good look at what I believe is at least immediate boost.
We got a lot of traffic coming up.
Well, you know, here's the thing. You kind of say it's a polka dot scene. There's not as many polka dots. It's just, you know, there's bigger circles around there. So either way, it looks kind of nice. And isn't that kind of a pattern that confuses like submarines and ships? Like?
I was gonna say it feels.
I need to fix that.
That's ridiculous. He's hoping to distract people that way. That's ambitious, shall we say?
I'm confused. Like, am I slowing him down?
8. You can even see him on the shot.
What up, Scott?
Not for a little bit until
Incident in turn 1. You think it might be? Yellow flag. You knew it's about you, mate.
But he'll have to rethink that move.
He's watching Pato or dive bombs through Long Beach for that move because that was close to that. If you remember a couple years ago, that's
I don't understand what's getting ridiculous.
Dixon rivalry that we saw, but either way, a lot of interesting moves through that corner. It doesn't matter what series it is, and most of that is because of how wide it is coming through turn number 8. Because over the years, they really haven't put anything to kind of block off the inside of the apex. So drivers say, okay, you know what, I can use that. Kind of interesting.
I'm trying,
it works. Sport is closing in again on Patrick Wire for that 8th spot. And take a look at a replay here of what we're mentioning. You see right there, you don't have the apex up against the wall like you would in normal corners. Of course, because of that, you're carrying so much speed. So therefore, that's why Robinson had to slam on those brakes and thankfully avoided contact.
Yeah, so it all worked out in the end. But we'll have to take some notes off that one. Mentioned Jonathan here in the 765. Oh, and they're coming upon a car that is also a little bit off the pace. That's Froby. He'll stay off the side. Nice.
The next car is a lap behind.
With these lapped cars, even though it is probably frustrating for all involved. But it's the nature of the beast, and they've all got to deal with it. And says Mortis, keeping Wire in his range. He's having to go here. Car starts to get loose. That's coming around turn 6, and he avoids getting hit, but he's lost position now, facing the wrong way.
Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that because that 6-7 complex is very, very tricky. He's howling 4.5 minutes trying to fix some damage, and as he works his way down pit road. And that's another thing we did not talk about, Joe, is it is an extremely tricky pit road because not only is it one of the longest that we'll see on the schedule, the entry is only a couple hundred yards off of
I fucked that up.
the hairpin. Here comes Sawtree. Oh, hard into the barriers there. Driver's right just before turn number 10. And, oh, he did hit it again, thankfully. Was able to get out of the way before traffic.
All right, that was a little sketch. I'll admit that one.
Takes the hairpin, and I guess it took it fine.
I have to overslow so the pitch every lap.
Thank you. First already a lap.
Thank you.
Race. Oh, and
as a reminder regarding radio com, please refrain from calling out other drivers. Thank you.
Away from Sportis coming off of the hairpin, thought they would have lost the position as they come down into turn 1. Jonathan is once again not going to get the opportunity to try.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
He can't seem to set up a good opportunity for himself.
It's something I've noticed too. I don't know if we're going to see this when Porsche Carrera Cup comes here in support of the NTT IndyCar Series and the
okay, Patrick, don't let this guy distract you.
A lot of the drivers are really utilizing that curbing there around the fountain to kind of give themselves a little bit of momentum. I don't see it that often, and maybe that just might be a new iRacing thing. Is Gallius and Robinson side by side. Robinson gonna think better of it once again. See if he's gonna try that. Oh, that's gonna be a little dangerous. As one of the cars spins there coming off of turn 7, and I'm surprised. Like I said, we're surprised you haven't seen it more. Now we're starting to see more tires
off the pace. Sector 2
bad. I think I have a little bit of damage
off that. 0.6
and I didn't think that we'd have to worry about incident limits, but he's had a lot of spins. He's had a lot of contacts with the wall up to this point, and you have to remember that it's an immediate disqualification if you go over
what up, Jeff?
The incident limit, which is 25 of them here. So he's probably got to clean this one up a little bit.
They really got to watch, especially with not even hitting the halfway mark in this race. Man, Froby not having a good night, but Gallius. Tell you what, he's doing all he can to keep Bruce behind him as they work their way through turn number 1. Look at that. I think that Froby missed Gallius by maybe 6 inches.
It was awful tight. And great heads up by both of them to see that right with very little warning, mind you. And
I appreciate you, Jeff. He's a man, bro. I appreciate you. You're a fucking legend. Literally.
The insanity here in just a moment. Thankfully, it is nice and free this time.
Literally fucking legend in the chat, brother. I appreciate you.
There's an incident in turn 1. Looks like
I don't know. I'm super confused. Like, is he making complaints because I'm like slow in that one corner? Well, I'm not even slow.
3-2 off the pace. There's an incident in turn 7. It looks like Holland.
Exactly, because you don't have much room, and of course not many street courses on iRacing to where you can really get out there and practice with regularity to get used to having nothing.
Now I feel like I'm gonna have to defend myself after the race.
Thank you.
As the sport is gonna fill that driver's side mirror just a little bit. What's happened here to David Sawtree as it is a replay, and that's a spin. That's a weird place to have a spin, but you get to this point and Froby gets the black flag, so something happened there coming out of the bits, and Froby got the black flag, unfortunately for him. But either way, a lot of drivers getting out of the S2 soon, as you see Adam Holland doing the same thing with Roxy, and then just going backwards.
I got a broken car, John. Go around my right.
I think that was Snyman that we saw making that contact. Sportis is another one trying to take that shallow line.
Yeah, I agree, but I think he thinks that. I think he's expecting me to either get out of his way.
It is in a poor shape right now.
I don't know. I mean, I get it. He's faster than me than that hairpin, but that's the only place he's faster than me. So
I don't know if that is because of the traffic that was like, or if Justin
just only complaining on that one turn. But at the end of the day, like you're saying, if he had the speed, he would get around me like somewhere else.
Lap times, it could be a mixture of both. It might have done about 0.2 seconds slower than Cardi this, Dunbar, and she's like 0.1 seconds faster than Cardi this past time by. But Yeah, Dunn just does not have any answers for Justin Carney. Now again, Carney finished second last time out at Sebring when you saw Ken Eskridge with the win, who, by the way, he's still up 8 spots to 18th so far on the night after finishing basically dead last. But
all right, whiskey time.
Tell you what, Dunn, it's basically a good point stake for him. You know, get out there, salvage as many points, or maybe even do the undercut and see if that happens.
I think this will be too shabby for him. There's 280 points last time out.
See, this dude's got me all scared to just break.
Also, again, not that bad. It's struggling right now.
I'm not allowed to break now, or what?
So second place will still have your scores. Is 3.5. Bruce Froby.
Okay. All right, I'll stop worrying about him because I'm not trying to have bad blood on the in the race, but at the same time.
I guess you're pitting, huh?
While Sportis just about got underneath Aguirre coming off of the hairpin. But again, Patrick, despite seeming to have his own struggles off that tight right-hander, just somehow gets the traction down in comparison. Jonathan thinks about a move, but is not able to get the overlap.
Yeah,
it's like
a whole another
back to the pits.
12 turns to get that.
That was the second black flag in a row as he was coming out of a black flag. And here's why Froby decided to take the toe
pit stops required
in turn 5 and yep, just hits the wall as Bruce Robinson hits the pits for his compulsory.
He wanted to get around me supposedly, but he knows that he probably speed-wise he's not faster than me. He's only got me on this turn.
17 minutes of fuel remaining.
There.
But I am struggling with that turn. I mean, even the broadcasters are talking about how slow I am in that hairpin. So
would have just kind of hit the wall on the inside, but instead he hit the attenuator where the pit lane was. So that had to do some extra damage. He'll hopefully have that spare car to help him out. Man, Patrick's doing such a great job on this one. Sportis just can't seem to do what he needs to do to find his way past.
Thank you.
Still waiting on drivers to take what we expect to be regular pit stops here. Santry, I saw, was in for about 12 seconds, which should be a scheduled stop. That was his second one after he also had to stop. So he might be good to go to finish. It's also 2 laps down. So I'm sure.
Alright, guys.
That is affecting that.
Keep the focus. Keep my head in the race. Keep my head down.
It's rather looking at about 15. This is Janellis and Kaplan. That's the lap
as Kaplan. Oh, hi there. Technical difficulties. Live TV, isn't it fun? Yeah, this Kaplan channel, this battle is absolutely fantastic. And excuse me, as Kaplan, he had that rough start, and this is something that's going to be, kind of a feather in the cap because you think, okay, you know what, you mess up on the start, race is over. Oh wait, there's somebody I can race with, and now about a half a second up on that David Santry, who's 2 laps down. That's the part that's behind him. Closest competitor this battle is Ken Eskridge, who's up 9 now. Les Carmichael gets around Eskridge, so Carmichael closing in.
1 lap behind.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm just trying to keep it together. I don't want to unravel, or fold under pressure. Bottle this race.
Now we finally are getting some takers as we go by the 30-minute mark in this race. Nellis holding off Kaplan while they have Santry watching from behind. Getting down back straight away. There's not going to be enough run here for us to see a change of position this time through Kaplan. By the way, with the longer stop, 16 seconds on his way back out.
Oh, fuck. I fucked up. Fuck.
What about Birkenstock, who's had his fair share of troubles? Add another one to the list.
Damn it.
And also another one to the list of drivers who have struggled out of turn 5. There is
I use his toe off.
Times are improving. Come on, Patrick.
Turn 5 has been a lot of drivers out. As we mentioned, you saw the bumps there in
that was close.
Qualifying.
Damn, I fucked up. But I gave him some time to catch me.
I think the bumps are bad at Sebring because this is used as a street, just an everyday street when it's not a race course. It makes things a little interesting. And here's what's
one lap behind.
Too. That run from 4 to 5, Joe, is actually it's I think it's an on-ramp to one of the expressways around the Long Beach area.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I know there's a highway very close to there, but down the corner there's a big
look behind us now.
All right, Jeff, appreciate you watching, brother. I hope I do solid for you. Make it worth you coming back to watch.
P5, Vernon Messer versus Randy Teague. That's Teague in the orange, number 818, Messer in the 56. Giving chase on him. They'll go by another lapped car. Messer is going to have to go the long way around, though, down into Firestone Turn, and that costs him a tenth or two. That's George Janellis just trying to get out of the way while fighting his own fight.
That's going to happen. You're really going to have to work with lap traffic here, and lap traffic is going to have to work with you. It's not like your normal road courses where you will have those opportunities and those gaps to do that. Everybody's got to play nice together tonight as Messer loses a lot of ground to Teague there in that turn 9 mess. So now he's going to set himself up once again as Teague in that orange and black number 818. Really trying to open things up, but now Messer able to get back on the gas. Let's see what happens through turn 5 if he can hold station. And indeed, they're both able to go line of stern around turn 5, setting up for turn 6 down shoreline drive.
All right. It's quite tough, which we expected to overtake in this circuit track position.
The next car is 2 laps behind.
Again, why we kept talking about those pit stops. Potentially giving you an opportunity to get a little tricky. Someone in the background, I think, just pulling off to the side, allowing them through that as Janellis once again, letting John Kaplan go past. Although I think that was good position, actually. So I'm sure Janellis was watching the wrong screen.
All right.
Unfortunately,
just keep it together.
But these two, once again, nose to tail, and look to move to the inside there by Teague. Maybe trying to get rid of just a little bit of that slipstream.
This is going to be a shit show with this traffic.
We'll feel the effects of that here on Shoreline Drive.
Yeah, so that pass
behind is now
between Kaplan and Janellis was for 15th. And still watching this battle we've seen all race on between McGuire and Sportis. Wouldn't be surprised if these two decided to pit together here within the next 10 minutes as both of these cars, they've lost a little bit of gap, Joe, but they're still running about as close as they have been all race long. Sportis run about 0.2 of a second slower than McGuire last time by, but this is one of those tracks where you might be running slower than somebody, but still catching up, if that makes sense, because of the layout of where these corners are.
Oh shit, here we go, we got traffic.
That traffic here, and it looks like Sportis and McGuire are coming up to, or at least around one of the bigger clumps of drivers, which to me
Alright,
says,
get some whiskey.
I wonder if it's time for Sportis to decide to flash his headlights to maybe get in, maybe try and see if he can jump in.
7th position. That lap was at 21.07.
Get ahead, but I mean, what he's been doing hasn't really been.
There's an incident in turn 1. I think it might be Gergo.
You're out of timing screen, and yeah, knowing that you've got that clump there,
okay,
the
Patrick,
56 comes in, so Messer is taking his compulsory pit stop, which is kind of odd because he was actually ahead of that clump.
I gotta get around
so
it,
when he gets out, he's going to take a couple laps to catch up to that clump. Yeah, if I was either one of those two, McGuire or Sportis, I probably would have come in and tried the undercut. You see Messer taking on fuel, but now McGuire gets caught up in this lap traffic. Oh, we actually have a great battle on our hands as Janellis slows down just a little bit for he still got that race also that he has to contend with 15th.
Continue to watch this and keep my eye to see where
the guy ahead is 1 lap behind.
Unfortunately, come out at least So that won't hold him up too much. Messer, otherwise in relatively clean air. So yeah, those drivers that are now catching lap traffic maybe have the more difficult time keeping pace up. Messer wind up making time.
I was trying to roll as long as I could with
Thank you, Bruce.
On your right.
Turn 9 right hand.
To your right.
The wire has no place to go as it is very twisty and narrow through this section. The car in front pulls off to the side. Janellis, well, it looks like he wanted to let them go initially, but he's not lifting.
Good, now he's holding him up.
A curious situation there.
He's quicker than you.
Sorry, Cardi just wrecked. Our leader has just wrecked. Apologies. Dunn is your new leader. This was coming on the backstretch. He's trying to get it going. He's already lost the back wing. He's able to find an opening, but the car is crabbing. This is it for Carney.
Damn.
He might be able to get back into this race because he should have that spare car, but it is going to be a long and painful walk back to the lane. In fact, he's going to tow it.
Yeah, that's
Jonathan stuck back there.
She's needed. That's a huge story. Carney is into the pits and falling down the order. Let's take a look at the replay as goes to turn 6, sets up for turn 7.
6 now.
And turn number 8 is where he gets bit, and he just goes a little wide coming off of 8. Not sure if he misses apex or not, but that is definitely
Go by, Chris. Go by.
game over for your early race leader, and tries to get around. And yeah, that left front suspension. Oh, that second hit.
That was at 121.
That left front suspension. He wanted
to 2 is
and
1.3 seconds off the pace.
Right front
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
Here it's the lead. He did what he needed to do. He might not have had the pace for Carney, but he didn't need it in the end. He's now up at the front. Now he's got to try and avoid making that same mistake.
The gap in front is now 3.9 seconds.
It can happen to your rivals. It can just as easily happen to you if you lose focus. He does still need to come in to take a pit stop. He's got 6 seconds.
The thing is, I'm horrible with pit stops, so.
And who also has not pitted since he got that.
The University of St. Augustine is the best place for students.
Bro, what is up with the ads?
Our students are busy nurses who have careers and have families.
So we're able to offer top-notch online education with valuable outcomes and help these individuals achieve their goals and their dreams.
What I enjoyed most was the one-on-one feel of the university.
We know that you're already capable and successful in your nursing career. And
I'm going to go around one more lap and then I'll pit.
Do the best he can to keep Jones behind him, but Jones is finally caught up as Carney is now back into the race.
14 more laps, roughly.
1 lap down.
Thank you, Joe.
Again, the leader still.
I'll pit on the next one.
21.88. First of the top 3 to come in and answer the call for the required pit stop, and he hits his marks as still his battle for 8th opens up just a little bit. Glaze and Jones, both of those drivers, also have to come in and pit. Oh God, that just, you take a look and you just feel sick, because that's something to where it's just a game of inches here on street courses.
What happened to my boy Jones?
That corner has collected
good?
so many drivers over the years.
Speed.
He doesn't need to feel too ashamed about that one, but it would be a lesson.
Bro, I'm trying to keep it together, bro.
Still watching that fight.
Last week I got P8.
And Jones trying to decide 8th place.
I'm trying to crawl my way up to a podium, man. So we'll see. But the start of the race, really, we got hung up a lot. So we'll see what happens.
Took that away from Merge ahead of this pair by actually a much wider margin, so we didn't even see him in the shots. Keith Martinson coming back out in the 7th after he pitted from what I believe was about 4th or 5th place.
One more. I got one more in me.
Roberts definitely got his hands full. Jones is just relenting.
Okay, Patrick, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining. Great.
Long Beach
Keep
is
it
a
coming, mate.
fucking
E5.
chaos magnet, bro. Oh shit.
Of course, normally, Joe, when we go to these normal,
I was ready for that one. I fucked that up.
you don't necessarily have to push too hard. You just find a place to make the pass. Here on the street course, you really got to push hard and try and go to your...
Sassport is getting closer. The gap's come down to 2.5.
I might pit. I'm going to pit
outside, trying to go around the hard way, and delays, goes into the pits, decides to answer the call now. Kind of smart, so we'll see if Jones can do the overcut, as he's just got to go out there and push. So Delays pits from the 8th position, as the rest of the field is still waiting to come in. I have a feeling we're going to have a quick, frantic run into the pits here in the next couple of laps.
I need to make sure I don't have tires.
Give ourselves a short break.
I do need some repairs, though. I don't know how the hell I got some damage, but I do.
Continue as our PCA Sim Racing title sponsor for 2026. With 17 ships sailing to 345 destinations on 7 continents, world-class cuisine inspired by the places they visit, and the friendliest crew at sea, Princess is ready to go on. And specific
pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour. We'll fuel you to the end of the race.
Alright, are we good? Do I want tires?
5,
tires.
4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Or call
833-679-2188
to speak to PCA Travel.
Front left, 86%. Rear right, 88.
679-2188. And it's a good thing we got that one out of the way, because now Randy Teague has also pitted. Aguirre is responding, also pitting in. Here we go. Sasporta stays out. Can he use this to also give himself a bit of an overcut? Randy Teague also back out.
Ain't happening, Jonathan.
You're all clear. Stay behind the line.
Way back out on track there.
No tires, got it.
It is a long run until you get to those cones. It is just painful waiting.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Teague.
It really is. And of course, now you also have to take turn 1 on the outside, because you've got to follow up against the wall up until you hit that
15 minutes
cone.
left.
That's going to make things a little bit harder as Snyman comes in from second
You know
place.
damn right I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
It's that quick rush into the pits to get there before you.
Any advice is good advice.
Would not be surprised to
Turn
see
1.
Doug,
Looks like it's Jones
and Sasportas come in this next time by to answer the call. But either way, Randy Teague back out on the track in his 7th spot as Legault and Best.
See if I can get in front of Jonathan again.
Here
that's my goal.
Long Beach
13.1
out of Snyder.
I gotta get in front of Jonathan.
His way around to try and see where he wants to hit Dave Jones.
Jonathan, is he in there? Is he pitted?
That still owes us. No, excuse me. He has just finished his pit stop route.
I'm pitting.
Where's
There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be Campillion. P8.
Fuck. Go ahead.
As well as Ken Eskridge still needing to come in for a pit stop. Here is Chris behind Snyman, or ahead of Snyman rather, has already taken his pit stop, so Snyman should... Oh, did he just clatter the wall there?
Oh, yes, he did. That was a hard hit.
And that slows him down enough that Snyman is...
I don't even know if I had fast repair, did I?
Take that
I hope so.
away. Doesn't have to worry about when that car is going to pit.
What about
He's gonna be able to
Jonathan? Where's he at?
done in this, mind you.
I hope I'm in front of him. I don't know where he's at.
You're in this situation waiting for a potential win. And Drinkovic obviously dutifully comes into pit now. He's dealing with a bit of damage on top of the fuel from the car. Sasportas follows him. But Brad Dunn is still
he's in fifth.
He is doing not only fast laps, but
he must be riding out.
Just
with his
loses the nose of the car, tapping on the tire barrier at turn 8.
I love how the front clip aside. You know, I'm gonna come with you. Second thought, no, I'll just stay here.
All right, Patrick.
And
there's a car exit to the pits. Heads up.
Too much more of that, because as we've seen with some of the cars who have hit the walls, Drankovitz comes out 10.2 seconds, so able to use that spare car to his advantage.
Turn 1, looks like it's...
I'm surprised we haven't seen more cars nose it, because a lot of these drivers are getting a lot more brave in turn 8, which that's something we mentioned.
Oh, he's on his outlap. He did get in front of me.
Everybody's going to run the faster and the better that these laps are
gaining on you. The gap is now 2.6 seconds. They're faster than us.
Andy,
turn 6.
don't do this, Andy.
Getting more ambitious with things. That is our
Clear on
Alright.
the left.
Fuck, now I gotta chase him down.
Sassport B license, and their rating is 0.7.
While I think
had to get
he's
him
gonna
first.
his lap back.
Fuck. Jonathan got ahead of me.
We only have 3 cars on the lead lap because of Brad going so long.
Fuck.
So I'm very
I need to clean it up.
Who all will get their lap back once he finally comes in, which I would assume is this lap, because most of the drivers had
I'm gonna catch his ass. Fuck it.
12 minutes left to go. Santry would like to forget today. I was hoping he wouldn't follow the mistake we've seen so when he backs it up to the corner and loses that rear wing. There is our leader. No, he carries on for yet another lap. Tech is going to have to check inside the bodywork for some extra fuel line there.
I'd be checking to see who's behind the wheels. Is it Scott Dixon or is it Brad Dunn? Because you would think here we've seen this before in PCA where
I should have ran an extra lap or two. He ran 2 extra laps before he pitted. So he was running lighter, and that just meant like a splash and dash. I fucked up. I should have rode that shit all the way out. I know better.
Because you don't have those opportunities where you can get off the throttle early. But then again, looking at the gap that Dunn has to Snyman right now, it's 46 seconds. It's possible, but at the same time, you think that you would want at least just a little bit of a breather, kind of collect your thought while you're sitting there in the pits instead of having to deal with the Concrete Canyon up for 16 minutes straight.
Farther down, battle between West and Robinson for 7.
Oh, there's traffic. There's traffic. Let's go.
Actually, Drinkovich is
on. He's pitting from position 1. We think he'll be close in front of you when he exits.
Besson was getting involved there, but he was very polite on those blue flags and allowed the lapping car through. That cost him quite a bit of time in the process. Surely this time from Dunn. Yes, finally.
Okay, Patrick. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Fuck, man. Thought I was gonna make an improvement. P8.
That lap was at 21.19.
He sits in 9th. He's trying to work on Patrick to get past him right now, and he spins up the tires coming off the hairpin, so that's not going to work. While Janellis is our latest to suffer from the black flag.
We'll have to go see the stewards for that one, but it's amazing how easy it is to spin these tires without the hairpin. As we've seen so many drivers left and right do that. Unfortunately, at that point, they just lose the battle. But then again, it's so tight around that hairpin. I'm just so amazed at these drivers using the curb here, going through the fountain to just easily get up there and pick up speed.
Just ignore him, he'll go away.
Around that,
faster than us into turn 6.
Just trying to rotate that car out.
Gerger is pitting from P20. We think he'll come out close in front.
Now that Brad has taken his pit stop, we've got 9 cars out of the 26 starters still on the lap. And Snyman, 10 seconds behind. So it didn't work out for Leon, but he's still looking at an effective podium.
I need to fix that.
17 seconds back to top of the field, really separated in this race today.
That lap was at 120.94.
It's quite amazing, and you got to think back to that lap 1 incident through the fountain as to, when all the separation started. We saw the lead, we saw the battle between Dunn and Carney early on as well.
He was
able to step away,
lead.
but still, Brad Dunn showing once again why he is the class of this challenge field. He's won 2 out of the first 3 races as the battle for position still heating up between Wire and Carney. Carney almost had that nose to the inside of Wire going into turn 1, but thought better of it. We'll see what the 290 has left in store with about 8 minutes left to go. So just a handful of laps here around Long Beach.
Fuck, man, he's gonna go ahead and dive on me.
1 spot higher.
On your right.
Eskridge, and I'm looking at
Hold
his
your line.
times, and I'm
Clear
starting
on the
to
right.
wonder if
Car
Ken
right.
is trying
Your right.
intentionally to no stop this race, because his fastest lap is a 1:22, and that doesn't seem to really connect with most of the field.
Justin's giving me some problems back here.
Since we get some side-by-side between Carney and Wire,
turn 1,
Patrick
looks like
will stay
Andrew,
in that
P8.
place.
Okay,
Carney,
Patrick,
we know is
hold your
quick as
nerve,
he
just
was
keep it
being
smooth,
forced.
no mistakes.
Is being flummoxed by that 981, just can't seem to figure out which way to go to get around.
And Joe, something that we didn't mention that I kind of just saw on timing and scoring.
Got
Look
10
where
minutes of
Jonathan's
fuel remaining.
scored us. So the overcut worked for the 765 is now he's sitting in 7th.
On your left.
Ahead of Aguirre, who he was racing with
You're
all
clear on the
race
left.
long until Aguirre came into the pits on lap
Left side. Clear left.
what?
Right
Good
side.
catch on that one, yeah. So Jonathan making the
Hold your
right
line.
call.
You are clear on the right.
Finally at the pit seven, which he had completely
Right side.
this
Clear right.
entire race. And the lap traffic gonna remove himself. Carl Bess getting out of the way. It's gonna be close though, and Carney is deep into the corner, just edges out his rival a little bit, but he goes too deep, and he's way off to the outside as Aguirre goes back past him, cuts him off down at the apex of turn 8. Nice job by Patrick. I thought he was going to have to give that one up, but he kept cool in the heat of the moment.
Thank you.
And a little bit of a hip check there through turn 8. So still either way, these two are not giving any room, no quarter between the two of them as Jones gets back into the pits from 20th. And let's see what happens.
Patrick, the next car is
Not gonna
3
have
laps
any
behind.
effect here.
Oh, no! Fuck!
Nobody's spinning the tires.
Fuck!
Left. You are clear on the left.
Going to defensive
Fuck!
side.
You are clear
Down
on the
that
left.
front straightaway. Goes
fucked
all
up.
the way to the right. You're on board with the Potomac region driver.
It's alright. I'm still alive.
Has the sun in his face briefly, but too far away
Fuck.
to even think about making a move in turn 1, but still jukes to the inside.
But too deep from Aguirre in the process, and that is going to allow Justin through. Now, what state is Patrick's car in after that? He's got 13 seconds back to Tim Taplin, so he could maybe try to limp this home over a few laps if the car is
5
able
minutes
to keep
remaining,
at
5
least
minutes
close
left.
to base.
Fuck. We'll see. We'll find out.
If anything, it looks like there's a little bit of splitter damage on Wires.
The guy in front is Crane, C license.
Took it in
Their
a little
rating is
too
1.1.
deep and bam, right into the tire walls.
Is sitting
At
from
least
position
better than hitting
20.
that concrete
Looks like
there
he'll come out just
at
in
the
front
end
of
the
you.
tire barrier, and he's able to continue on. Knowing Romero will get a good look at that front clip here in just a little bit, but yeah, it looked like if anything, there's just a little bit of splitter damage, so that'll really hamper him on those heavy braking zones.
Well, now I know what a splitter does. I had no idea.
P9,
Go ahead,
the gap to
Brendan.
Crane ahead is increasing.
Right, sir.
It's now 2.8 seconds.
Moving down into the lane.
Done. Car number 2, 41, is leading the race.
He still hasn't pitted, and he's still running pretty consistent laps out there. So I think he is desperately trying to get this one to run all the way to the end. You can see him.
Yo, I thought you have to
ahead,
pit.
George.
Dirt so far off there.
How's he gonna run it without a pitting?
First corner. This isn't a race-winning strategy, but it's a unique one. I'll give him that. And if he can manage to do it, that's mighty impressive. Just think he'll maybe have to go back to the drawing board.
On your left. Clear on the left.
17th place will win you championships, at least this one. Battle for 10th place. That is Taplin versus Jones. So we
Thank
asked
you, George.
whether or not Aguirre would be safe. Taplin might not even be the one behind Patrick if Dave Jones has anything to say about it.
Oh, Davey! Davey's gonna take my
The next
spot.
car is 1 lap behind.
I wouldn't mind
First
losing
car,
my
one
position to
lap down
Dave.
Battle, and battle for the bottom step of the top 10. As Taplin at 26,
Holy,
green
bro.
and yellow.
I'm like low on
99
fuel. What the
still
fuck?
working his way around. There's your lead head done. Come around, turn number 8 down back straightaway as he puts the 5.
How many more laps do we have?
Another lap
That was
down.
122.
The lap
4-1.
times, I think it's going to be 2 to go once we line this time by with Brad Dunn leading 8 seconds over Leon Snyman, but yeah, Taplin still holding off Jones for the time being, but that gap is just shrinking ever so slightly.
Nah, dude, these guys are making away from me.
Ahead is increasing. It's now 5.4.
Being caught up just a little bit and find himself just managing the gap from here on out. It was about 10 seconds when he came out of pit lane over Snyman. But, I mean, that's plenty comfortable at this stage. All he has to do is keep the rhythm, keep the pace.
Go, Adam, go.
That's what got him in the first place.
Right, well.
Party was the one that was leading before that. He was actually close to going a lap down.
Thank you,
I don't
Andrew.
think will quite be caught.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Don't mention that rhythm done doing
There's an
a 1 or 2
incident in
1. I
turn
think a lot of
11.
that has to
Right.
do with the lap traffic that is ahead of them. As I'm still watching Ken Estridge like you are.
Oh, Justin's right in front of me.
27.061.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
So, yeah, he's really trying to slow down and make that fuel tank last. So it's good till the last drop. And maybe we'll be 2 to go this time, depending on how quick it takes.
I can't believe
to
I
go
did that.
around because I keep forgetting how slow a lap is around here. And yeah, we still have 2 laps to go. So that's why I have the headset, folks. Math sometimes isn't my strong suit.
I made the same mistake apparently. It was close though, with the drivers having about 10 seconds to spare. Then we'll come around for that white flag, which is definitely not what Ken Eskridge would have wanted. He did carry on for yet another lap, but he probably would have liked to have taken the white flag this time.
There's an incident in turn 11. Looks like it's Santori.
Lap down, second lap down for Brad. Brad is about, looks like maybe 10 seconds behind right now.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you.
Yeah, exactly. This is just one of the cases where, Dunn showed why he's the class of the challenge field, as he's just done nothing. He sat back there. And we mentioned, he's sitting back there for something to happen to Carney, whether it's catching up lap traffic or we eventually saw that
you, sir, true gentleman.
In the turn 8 wall, which has caught a lot of drivers
out.
This is one of those races that I think Brad Dunn will sit back and think, I'm glad I did it the way I did it because nobody else could challenge me near the end.
We still got shit. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh, okay. White flag is out? I don't
P9.
see it at all.
Come off the final corner there, but a bit of a moot point says Brad Dunn.
Yeah, I don't see the flag.
One more to go. Eskridge stayed out on the track. He is committed to this no stopper. And
I didn't know you could not
if he
stop.
does get lapped, I think he'll
thought
be
it
able
was
to make
mandatory.
If he doesn't get lapped, then good luck, buddy. so gotta hope that you have one extra lap of fuel able to help you around there.
Jim Jacks, what up, bro? Welcome.
Brad Dunn. So assuredly,
Trying to keep it together, bro.
Pass me on the left,
Smash into
Adam.
the
I'm
wall.
saving gas.
There it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, so one more, an extra lap. Oh, actually, yeah, he'll be able to get by. So this will be the final lap for Eskridge, and I think he just knew that.
Final lap.
Let's just get around there as the Channel 4 position.
What's going on,
with
Jim?
Sports still leading up his car.
How's the evening going? Your Thirsty Thursday. Drinking a whiskey for Thirsty Thursday.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. White flag, last lap. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.3 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. We're running on fumes, mate. The car ahead is Passport, B license, and their rating is 0.7.
Brad Dunn will win 3 out of the 4 races in the first half of the season.
Absolutely unreal stats.
This is the PCA Sim Racing League. It's the Porsche,
so far this year,
Porsche Club of America.
Eskridge takes the 60-minute challenge.
So the Porsche Club, they have a sim racing league.
You have to take a pit stop, which in itself is unreal.
Literally the only reason why I'm playing iRacing. If not, I'd still be on console playing ACC.
Carney got past Sportis from a long way back in turn 1.
Very little fuel left.
7th. It's not what he wanted, but I have to admire him.
I would love to get in front of Jonathan.
Giving up on this and getting back into it.
He was kind of
finish about a minute behind
rude,
but
this race.
Did a fantastic job.
Anti-gentleman, that guy.
Even just one more
track is still hot. Driver's still on track. I'll announce when the comms are open.
Hey, I got points.
Okay, it's over.
Okay,
Well
that
done,
does
mate.
it.
Good finish.
Now we can
That's
check.
the end of the session.
The race is finished and the track is clear. Congratulations, Brad, Leon, and Pete on the podium.
John Kaplan.
Not easy at this track, man. You guys did a great job. Everybody getting those cars home. For you in the top three, though, if you could join us in the interview waiting room channel on Discord, those awesome people in broadcast would love to hear news. We have a push-to-talk button set up, because that's how Discord works in that channel. If you have any questions about tonight's penalties, please submit them to the Series 15 channel as Race Control on the Discord. I will post the penalties report presently. I've got that all ready to go. Great job, you guys. Been fun. Have a good night.
11th goes to Dave Jones. Robert
Dave Jones got
13th and Les Carmichael in the
congrats, guys, and thanks for Race Control.
Jonathan is annoying, huh?
P15 and
Thanks,
Bruce
Michael.
Robinson.
Nah, it's okay. Maybe
Ken Eskridge.
he doesn't understand how to race. I don't know.
Yeah, to answer that question, the channel is called Interview Waiting Room. It's below the broadcast booth. They'll drag you in when they're ready for you. So if you could stage in an interview waiting room with a push-to-talk button set up on your
I'm just
Discord,
happy I did a little better. I mean,
you'll get an opportunity to visit with those awesome people.
Overall, bro, I would never finish these races or like end like in P23. So to be top 10, that's an improvement.
Let's talk to Brad Dunn and see how he feels about this win. Because Brad, you didn't seem to have pace for Carney there in the first half.
I'm sure Jonathan's going to complain
Carney made a
about
mistake.
me
You inherited the lead from there. Did it feel like slipping into an old shoe being up at the front?
Making sure you can hear me, right?
Yep, I got you loud and clear.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was just trying to stay with him. I thought he was faster than me, but sometimes I'm faster than the pit stops. It's like save a little bit more fuel. Unfortunate that he had that spin, and that's the worst place to do it right there because you can't get out of that.
Yeah, it was really sad to see because he was running such a good race up to that point. But talk to us about that fuel. You went to something like 10 minutes left to go, I think. That is one of the longest stints, or would have been the longest stint that I'd seen if it weren't for Ken Eskridge. No stopping this thing, believe it or not. But how did you save such good fuel with such good pace?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Were we not live?
So that's something I wonder for myself, and I was actually going to pose to people because I look at my data and I just use less fuel, and it saves me a lot of time in the pit stops. I usually have, like 3 or 4 seconds, it seems like, to no gain in our practices. So
that's how Jonathan got ahead of me.
I'm not sure.
I should have
I'm
just
glad to
stayed
hear that
out
Ken
an
did it
extra lap
again.
or two.
He did it in one of our practice races. Shout out to him. That's his plan.
Move.
It took me by surprise. I was not expecting him to attempt that, but still, you're 3 for 4 on your strike rate for wins. You got to be feeling confident right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of practice. A shout out to Jeff Williams and Anchor that put on these practices that the sport and challenge groups do together,
bro.
And that really helps because you get people like Dan and Sheldon in these races, and they really make it a lot of fun and really make it competitive.
Well, we're glad you're having fun. We enjoyed watching, and congratulations on another win.
Thanks, Joe, Jeremy. I appreciate what you do, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
These guys.
Brad Dunn taking
Let's
the
give
victory.
him a like,
he was followed
bro.
home by Leon Snyman. I believe that Jeremy has caught up with him, who survived a bit of damage in this race.
Yeah, a little bit of damage. Leon, second place. Not a bad finish for you. As we mentioned throughout the race, this is not something that you guys are used to with having to run a street course.
No, and it's my first time, with walls on each side rather than some grass and where you can make a U-turn or something like that. There's just no way on this track. So if you make a mistake, it's bad.
And we saw a lot of those. You were not one of those drivers who was making mistakes. So what is it like being perfect and trying to stay off the walls? For the most part, you probably had a little scrape here and there, but for the most part, you stay off the wall for 60 minutes. Talk to us about the focus and the mentality you have to go into this race.
On my part, I think I sacrificed a bit of speed just to keep under the speed where I didn't know if I'm just going to make the corner or not. So just the discipline in that way, and just when I saw the gap behind me and the gap in front of me, I knew I wasn't going to catch Brad. So I managed to slow down a little bit, and still had some contact with some drivers that had the unfortunate to skid out, but worked out okay for me.
Well, the good news is for you, you get to keep this race in the point. You don't have to worry about dropping a race. So next time out, you can go at least a little bit harder. So that's always good at Olton Park to know you can be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I had a look at it the other day. It's going to be a heavy track. I'd just like to give a shout out to my teammates and everybody in PCA. Just a fantastic group of guys, especially those I watch, whether they know it or not, and they have an influence on me. Shout out to David Mendonca and Brad. You guys really helped me a lot.
Well, Leon, congratulations. Hard fought second place, and great job surviving the streets of Long Beach.
Thank you. Thanks for what all you guys do too.
So, Joe, as we mentioned, it's tough to get around these streets and really,
the hairpin
last for any amount of time. An hour, that's tough.
It is, and it seemed like it was tough for everybody, but was it tough for Keith Markison as he found himself running somewhat lonesome for a lot of the races? You can see from our shots here. How did it feel, Keith? Was it a relief that you didn't have to race anybody? You could focus just on the track?
Yeah, this track is a lot about don't make a mistake and try to be as consistent as possible. And so, not having people around me took a lot of pressure off. So I just tried to not make mistakes, watch my tires, hit my marks, hit my break points, and it was awesome. This is the first time I've been on podium, and I've been here 3 seasons. I love racing with these guys.
Hey, congrats!
Well, congratulations. Keith. I mean, that's always what you want to see is the improvement. Do you feel like you're getting better each and every race?
Yeah, these guys, I learned from other guys and stuff. And a shout out to all the guys in Entriel, of our trainers, Mike and Joachim and everybody, because they really show us what to do, push us, let us make mistakes, and it's awesome.
So hopefully we won't see too many of those mistakes next week, because if you thought this one was tough, we're heading off to Olton Park. And,
I don't know that track.
I definitely have a love-hate relationship with that place. Have you driven there before?
Isn't that a rookie track?
That'll be my first time, so there's going to be a lot of practice and a lot of studying.
Yeah, I can imagine you'll need it. It's fast, and
it's crazy. I'm not even going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on COTA.
Here, so
I'm going to COTA next week.
Again, fantastic
I'm going to
job
COTA this
today.
weekend for NASCAR, and I'm going to go to
to
COTA next week to actually run it. So I'm going to be focusing on COTA.
And thanks for everybody I race with, because they're all a great bunch of guys.
Awesome. That was Keith Markison in the 076. Coming home in P3.
Let's see what we got.
So
Olton Park.
That's going to
wrap
us up today, but we have to remind you that Olton Park will be back at least
rookie track, huh?
The challenge cars on March 12th. So make sure and check that out. Of course, Pro will be back at Olton Park in a little bit less than a week's time. So join us that Wednesday when we return for the next class. A big thank you goes out to the steering committee at PCA Sim Racing, as well as to our team tonight, Ramiro and Jeremy. And thank you for watching. Until next time, race clean, race hard. We'll see you on the track.
Adios. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to see if anybody's streaming so we can do a redirect. Because I, my boy, am done for the evening. So let's see what we got. Let's see who we can find that's streaming. This way we can show some love to some other sim racers. Let's see what we got. Alright, let's pull up the content. Let's go live. Okay, so we're just doing this one. Customization. Ooh. Bad news bears. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Do a little redirect. Nobody's racing right now? If you guys know anybody that's racing, let me know. I'll type them in, but I can't. All I have is AI Racing TV. I don't know why they always come up, but... Oh, right here. Oh, no, it's upcoming. Fuck. Everybody's upcoming. Okay. Let's go some random person like Matt Malone. Let's see if he's streaming. No? Okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna put sim racing and see what pops up. We can go explore some new channels. Sim racing, sim racing, sim racing. I don't see anybody upcoming. Huh. Alright, let's go jump into, I guess, his name is Michael Merckx. We'll go see what Michael Merckx is up to. He's live, and we'll see what that's all about. At the end of the day, I appreciate you guys watching. I am going to call it an evening because I'm going to go spend some time with the girlfriend now. Hopefully, these guys don't hate on me. I thought I had a decent race. I was pretty clean for the most part. I mean, yeah, hairpin was shite, but outside of that, I thought I had a fairly clean race. So, anyways, alright, appreciate you guys watching. I will bid you guys farewell. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, maybe, because I know for a fact I'll be in Austin this weekend for NASCAR, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, anyways, peace.